Victor Oladipo in the 2017 and 2018 season had everything going for him. He became an All-Star for the first time, participated in the dunk contest, won the Most Improved Player of the Year, made the All-NBA team and the All-NBA defensive team. He was also the league leader in steals and made the playoffs as a 5th seed in the Eastern Conference, all at the young age of 25 years old. Victor Oladipo put up numbers of 23.1 points per game, 5.2 rebounds per game, 4.3 assists per game, and 2.4 steals per game. A season for the history books, you can say. The next 2018 and 2019 season, Oladipo was also an All-Star. It seems as if this was just a start for Victor Oladipo, and life couldn't have been any better. But fast forward to the present day in 2022, Victor Oladipo has only played in 60 out of a possible 227 games from the 2019 and 2020 up until this 2021 and 2022 season. And what's even more shocking is that this season, Victor Oladipo put up numbers of 12.4 points per game, 2.9 rebounds per game, 3.5 assists per game, and 0.6 steals per game. That's a major drop-off from his superstar numbers from 2018. How did Victor Oladipo go from an emerging superstar to a bench player in such a short time? What happened to Victor Oladipo? In today's video, I'm going to answer this question and show you exactly what happened to Victor Oladipo. But before we dive into the video, I'm Hoops Expert and welcome to my channel. If you could leave a like, comment, and subscribe, that would mean the world to me. Thank you, and let's get started. Victor Oladipo was drafted with the 2nd overall pick in the 2013 NBA Draft to the Orlando Magic. In his 3 seasons with the Magic, from the 2013 and 2014 season up until the 2015 and 2016 season, Victor Oladipo put up decent numbers of 15.9 points per game, 4.4 rebounds per game, 4 assists per game, and 1.6 steals per game. And he did not make the playoffs in any of these 3 years. In June of 2016, Victor Oladipo was traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder for Serge Ibaka. Victor Oladipo was now paired with Russell Westbrook, and once again he put up decent numbers of 15.9 points per game, 4.3 rebounds per game, 2.6 assists per game, and 1.2 steals per game. Victor and the OKC Thunder also made the playoffs but lost in the first round. It seemed as if Victor Oladipo was just going to be an above average role player for his NBA career, but then everything changed for the better when he was traded to the Indiana Pacers. The Oklahoma City Thunder traded Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis for Paul George, a trade that would backfire heavily for the Thunder. Victor Oladipo in the 2017 and 2018 season, he went from a mediocre player to a legitimate star. Victor Oladipo put up numbers of 23.1 points per game, 5.2 rebounds per game, 4.3 assists per game, and 2.4 steals per game, which led him to become an All-Star for the first time, which led him to win the 2018 Most Improved Player of the Year award, which led him and the Indiana Pacers to a record of 48-34 and finished 5th in the Eastern Conference. Unfortunately, he lost in 7 games to a LeBron-led Cavaliers in the first round, but who can blame him? The following 2018 and 2019 season, Victor Oladipo was an All-Star again and put up numbers of 18.8 points per game, 5.6 rebounds per game, 5.2 assists per game, and 1.9 steals per game. A bit of a drop-off from last season, but still All-Star worthy nonetheless. But what happened in January of 2019 would change the course of Victor Oladipo's career forever. Oladipo ruptured the right quad triceps tendon. It was a rare injury and required intensive recovery, which caused Oladipo to miss a full calendar year before returning in January 2020. Only turned out to be just the beginning of his fall from stardom. Over the next 28 months, Oladipo would get traded twice, re-injure his quad again, and be forced to grapple with a stunning tumble into NBA irrelevance. By the time he made his 2021 and 2022 season debut with the Miami Heat, it had been 333 days since his last game played. The celebrity, the promising career, and the anvil felt like a lifetime ago. The game and time wait for no man. When I came back, it wasn't the same situation. It was when I was in Indy, with fans, with recognition. Everything was different. I'm starting all over again, Oladipo told the Ringer after a recent Heat practice. Oladipo's Indiana Pacers career came to an end in January 2021 when he was traded to the Houston Rockets in a 4-team blockbuster trade that sent James Harden to Brooklyn. Indiana would receive Caris LeVert and 2 second-round picks for Victor Oladipo. But not even 2 months later, the Houston Rockets traded Oladipo to the Miami Heat for a first-round pick swap, Avery Bradley and Kelly Olynyk. The market had spoken, and Victor Oladipo's value had plummeted. However, the Miami Heat seemed like a great fit for Oladipo, who spends most of his summers anyways in Miami and idolizes Dwayne Wade. Pair that with the Heat's best in-class conditioning program, and it seemed like the ideal spot for Oladipo to get his career back on track. And then another blow. Oladipo was playing his fourth game with the Heat when in the fourth quarter against the Los Angeles Lakers, he pushed off his right leg and cut behind the Lakers defense for a wide open dunk. When Oladipo landed, he knew something wasn't right. He grabbed his surgically repaired right leg and hobbled up the court before stopping play. Oladipo limped to the Heat locker room. He had torn his quad once again. It turned out the initial surgery back in January of 2019 had not gone as planned. Orthopedic surgeon Dr. Jonathan Glashow performed the surgery and was surprised Oladipo had been able to play at all given the state of his tendon. The quad wasn't really hooked up, Glashow told ESPN. It was torn and I reattached it. I was amazed he was playing with what he had. At first, Oladipo was deeply frustrated. He had trusted the first doctor to get the surgery right, rehabbed for nearly a year, and was hoping to sign a lucrative contract as a free agent last summer. Oladipo, now 29, felt that 2 years of his prime and a big payday were taken from him. I wasn't happy, Oladipo said. I just wasted my time. Then, Oladipo, a persistent optimist, came to a different realization. In the 56 games he played with Indiana and Houston after returning from the first procedure, he didn't feel like himself. He was slower, less fluid, and couldn't jump as high. His shooting percentages were down from his All-Star seasons. When he got out of bed in the mornings, it felt like there was a knife stuck in his knee. He couldn't even enjoy his hobbies, bowling and dancing. Oladipo was starting over completely. He even had to learn how to walk again, according to Stefan Vlad, who has a doctorate in physical therapy and has treated Oladipo for the past 2 years. Following his surgery in New York, Oladipo worked out at the National Basketball Players Association facility in Manhattan, where he would get steps in on a low-impact underwater treadmill. Only when Dr. Glashow was convinced the tendon was fully attached did Oladipo begin strength training in Miami. Now, Victor Oladipo is in the second round against the 76ers and is looking to contribute to the Miami Heat as they look to make a run this postseason's playoffs. So far, Victor Oladipo has played in 2 games this postseason as of May 1st, 2022, and he is averaging 14.5 points per game, 4.5 rebounds per game, 3.5 assists per game, and 1.5 steals per game. At 29 years old, Victor Oladipo has been through so much in such a short time. He's hoping Victor Oladipo comes back stronger than ever and proves all his haters and doubters wrong by making a splash this playoffs and next season. Let me know your opinions about this video. If you think there was something important I didn't mention by commenting. Anyways, that's the end of this video, and thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Deuces.